Hey, howdy. Okay. it, it required a second touch. You got the touch. And again, we're quiet. How does this work? Maybe. Okay, okay. Okay, now it's loud. Now it's too loud. Now it's okay. Okay-ish. So the distance. Okay, let's put it down a little bit. Not too much. Not too. Okay. I hope that everything is okay because I kind of messed with the cord again, or cable cord. Can I call it cord, or is it actually what it should be called? So, so I need to temper something with the cable when we start, because that's what makes it louder again. I don't know why. Whatever. I don't want to worry about it too much. Let's see. One more here. One more here. And some here. Okay, what was this? Oh, okay. Alright, what else? New day. Then what else? What else? Should I just go and continue? In which level are you? This one. So, nothing really. Just continuing the story, and that's it. Again, it is 5 o'clock in the morning, so it's just in my time zone. It's right after we turn into the new day. I mean, in the game. Also, yeah, we can have a welfare meal as well. Oh, I think I missed that yesterday, because when I started I could get one, and now that I'm here, it's another day. Huh. How? Wait a second. Do I need to go in there? Here? Okay, yeah. So the thing is, I heard rumors that Nubilet should be might be the Hydro Dragon, which would explain things how he dealt with child with that ease. However, we dealt with dragons with ease, and we're not even harbingers. So, well, who knows? I'm thinking about what should I think, or maybe I didn't even have any thoughts to add. Whatever.
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
Always a cup of tea.
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear two people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Sejuin.
Yeah, I heard one male voice and one female, so it should have been the two of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations?
It sounds a lot more like his old self. Feeling better now, Lini?
Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijuin is also busy with something or other. So let's just talk here.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Mirapede.
Yep, that's one assumption that is right.
Whoa, he's good. He got that right on the first try.
That's our Linny.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him.
Yep, that's alright.
What's more, the Fortress of Mirapede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Risley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the 2 factions are pitted against each other, Risley will be free to move between the parties of interest.
Well, okay, that's putting. We cannot nor deny nor confirm the second part here, but yeah, that's what I'm taking as well, without saying out loud. Or maybe he was actually implying it. I don't think he was saying saying that out loud. He is more concerned because of the first. I mean, Lini's first question about the primordial water, but definitely would like to keep keep the place independent.
If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
The secret of the infirmary. I mean, does Lini know? Was he was there when we depicted that part? So, but the secret of the infirmary, is that related to the primordial water? I don't think so. His grasp of the big picture is amazing. Yeah.
Super smart.
Thanks so much. Then finally, there's the last question. If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out.
Yep.
That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly.
Well, that's basically the first 2 part, but we don't have his plan yet, just that it has something to do with the water. Now, I'm curious. I mean, it doesn't seem like he's trying to lead us astray. I'm curious if there's there's an intention behind what is happening, so that, for example, the primordial sea leaking, is it an accidental thing, or someone has tampered with it? And if that could be Risley, and now he's just trying to cover whatever he has done with it, because it could be. But I don't think so. Characters that are that much on the bad side We don't get us playable characters, so that's what I'm going with. And Risley is going to be a playable character in the next half of the update.
I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
Do we? After some deliberation, you share the information you just learned. By sharing what you saw, you emphasize that now is not the time.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Could Risley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Risley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know and just wanted to bring Father over to his side, which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely like tweaking the interests.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side. The two of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you.
But you can say the same for Father, about Father.
If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Don't mention it. We can work together again if necessary. I mean, it was a reasonable thought, but I like how they are open, especially how these parts are spoken to us by Lynette. Because Linny, as he says it, okay, I believe, but those are like just words. How Lynette says it, it feels more genuine and more emotional, more dramatic, more you get what I mean. Oh, what was that?
Paimon's hungry.
I really like this. I can't with you. How can you be hungry again? Or always?
Oh, you've done so much already. Go get some food.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
Huh. Actually, who should I be? Let's do this traveler way. Where should I turn? Because I want her to look. Now everybody is looking at Framine. Then I think I should be. Maybe this is okay. I'm gonna make a picture. Take a picture. More like it. Okay. Let's hide this thing. Should I? Or just look. Okay. That's too much. Alright. Yeah, that's too much. Alright. Basically, I think. I think they should be in frame, but I think I'm gonna do it this way then. A little more. Okay, that's all right. And blur distance, blur radius. Now, can I do this? Because then Lenny definitely gets. Okay, we cannot really do the blur. Huh. Because of the distance between these guys. Alright. Fine. Fine, I leave only that. But I'm gonna change the party back. So they get the upgrades. Whoa!
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served at the coupon cafeteria.
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well.
Okay.
Traveler and Paimon, over here.
Oh, now we're friends.
Are you here for dinner too, Miss Sijwin? And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well.
Oh.
Huh. You're right. She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria. What would you like to eat?
We can choose.
Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
And then I have the tastiest stuff you have to offer. The biggest portion you have to offer. Tastiest.
Me too. Don't forget Paimon. No problem. Just leave it to me.
Okay, but she's the one who's making it, so. Sitchin also brings some drinks over to you. They taste a little strange, but she insists. Okay, the shakes generally taste pretty terrible.
So delicious.
Amazing, free dinners are the absolute best.
Is this how it feels to be freeloaders? Wait a second. We did do plenty of work after all. Feeling full yet? How's the food? Delicious.
Exquisite, thank you. Besides the milk, I mean, everything was super delicious.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see, the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment.
Huh?
Sijwin, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings? A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you. You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister. Really? You're reminded of an older sister? That's great to hear. Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well? Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Clorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Clorand left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Clorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger. You were all super considerate and really thought everything through.
Yeah, that's the writers to you.
It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been his Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader. I really wish Monsieur Nervulette would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos.
Why would you say that? Now, why would you say that just after I was like saying that there's a story? Why did you just say that? But that doesn't make sense at all. It's hard to imagine Neville outside of his office.
Get a good night's rest, you two. You both worked very hard.
Huh? Where's the food giver? Mecha. Or the guy? Okay, Chlorine.
Chlorine!
Ah, it's you two.
How's dinner?
It's all right. Miss Sijwin really put in a lot of effort.
So we heard that Risley invited you to come down to help, and you saved Fremonade too. You sure work super fast.
Oh, it was child's play.
Yeah, it was.
Still, Paimon didn't know even champion duelists could take on side jobs. Oh, and why aren't you eating with Sijwin and the Duke? Won't you get bored eating by yourself?
Miss Sijwin was with you, and the Duke has business of his own.
Actually, didn't Navia say that you went out for dinner with her as well?
Yeah. First time in a long time.
First time in a long time? So you mean you've gone out to dinner with her in the past?
In the past, yes. You seem to be enjoying yourselves here.
And so, thanks to Nevelet, and this is technically a work trip for us too.
Things will be getting messy at the fortress soon. Don't run around unnecessarily.
I mean, I can't promise you that. Alright. So, going up. One level. One level. Wait, is it our place? Should I just sleep? Oh.
So much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed. Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Yeah, I'm also getting there. And she's already down. Wow, she really immediately fell asleep.
Delicious. Paimon wants seconds for free.
Good night. Something's going to happen. Vision.
Get out of my way! What happened? Why is everyone running? No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Oh, so it's already happening. Is it?
Who's yelling? Paimon still wants to sleep.
What's the sound? Something. Paimon, wake up. We need to get out there and see what's going on. And I really think that it's something with the water.
Easy.
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye!
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
They're here! Yeah! There you are! Oh, thank goodness!
Huh.
Quisto and Lavaroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here. Varun was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are missing.
Okay.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why is it suddenly my idea?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us.
He said His Grace said to evacuate
Yeah,
outwards.
he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
Then that means whatever happened must have happened down below. Oh no, isn't the gate at the very bottom? That's what I'm saying.
It can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
We have to
Okay.
go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey, be careful!
Paimon is very brave when she's not thinking about it.
Attention. Please evacuate upwards and outwards. Upwards and outwards. If you're
Upwards and outwards.
then try to move as far outwards as possible.
I think we're teleporting, or are we? Yeah, we.
Please evacuate upwards and outwards. Upwards and outwards.
I mean, we're just going.
Attention. Please evacuate upwards and outwards.
It's on this level, right?
If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
In there. Yep, and then here on the secret door at the down there. Or secret stairs or whatever. Yep, it's open. Hey. Okay. Oh, there. Oh, so it wasn't a gate, it was a lift. Why did I think that... There we are.
They're here.
Just like I said.
Aren't they Fontaine, guys?
You're just in time. But be ready to run.
That looks very cool, I have to say.
Three, two, one.
Oh, very cool.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense.
Okay. I like this type of tension.
How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
I mean, what can she do with electricity? I think Neuvillette might know about this container already.
Neuvillette, why are you here?
What? Huh?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her.
Okay, you can explain everything else to me later.
Do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
Let's go to the opera house. I mean, it's right here. Whoa, Fatui? Oh, both.
There are a ton of Pithew and Palais Mermonia people over there. The knave is probably here already. We need to hurry.
But they will not let us in.
Are you two the traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Nervalet has
Oh.
left instructions. Please follow me.
Okay.
Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could protect Lady Farina to the best of your abilities.
Will do my best. Even without ask. So we're going to meet the knave and also sit together with Farina. Oh, and she's smiling when she sees us.
So you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Yeah, I'm curious what her reaction will be after this sentence.
Of course, of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
The reasoning there is like so fucking made up.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the knave, one of the 11 Fatui harbingers.
Aren't there only 10 now? So this is the knave, the head of the House of the Hearth, and the Lini siblings' father. She certainly does not seem easy to deal with. Greetings, pleasure to meet you too.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Beside me?
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
She seems friendly enough, but that can't be all there is to her. The knave is a force to be reckoned with. I should be very cautious around her.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
It's pretty good. It's quite tasty, and I think Paimon agrees too.
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I.
How does he know? Or what does that really mean? You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I. How would Child know? What? I don't know what that means. Wait, Child should have no reason to have said something like that. Yes. I'm so smart.
I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
I have faith in his abilities.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Farina looks quite nervous. There must be some kind of bad blood between her and the knave.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Udex Nuvilette right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Neuvillette.
I managed to find a few leads on his whereabouts.
Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Child is still alive.
Really?
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Mirapede.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Well...
Oh no, Paimon's statement just left us wide open.
The Fortress of Mirapede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any proof that he surfaced safely?
We do not. But there was also no evidence that he's been injured or killed.
That is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the Opera House. Is it something like that?
How would I know? She's turning up the pressure. I'm not sure if I'll be able to convince her, but I can at least try to distract her from Frunia. That sounds good to me, yes.
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded.
I mean... Actually it does. Or does she realize... Is she thinking about this conversation? What that means, actually? Not how it's worded.
Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Farina.
I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
She asked a question. A really interesting question at
My
that.
thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
So they are definitely guessing that he's responsible for this happening in one way or another.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day. This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. The scent sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
Now, what does that mean? The sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it. So it's not his sentence.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Huh.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
And all the prisoners have left.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
Okay, so it's not actually just his appearance. They were betting just
I
about the
figured you would have
appearance.
at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So Risley and Neuvillette, so it wasn't an act towards Neuvillette, because they are like buddies. And Chlorine is here, so that's why it was mentioned so many times that oh, you're here by yourself, present by yourself. How is that expression? So whatever. So you are actually here when it might not have been necessary that you are coming here. So it was said that it is a surprising part of it. It was expressed in multiple times. So these three, at least these three, know very much about what is happening. Now I'm very curious if Furina knows this or that about this. It's another thing that how much she's in it. I mean, as an Archon, she really can be pretty much in it, but it's more like that she just knows these stuff, but doesn't really know what to do with them. Okay, let's put it this way. What I'm most interested in here, how competent she actually is. So is she fooling around in her own way? Because not fooling around as fun, but fooling around because she has some issues, but still just fooling around and actually knows. And when it comes to she can do this or that. So is she competent that way, or she's completely incompetent? She's just like really a mascot type of Archon, which is very unfortunate for Fontaine, I think. But I'm very curious about that. If ever I'm gonna see a smile on her face about, you fell for it, right? Don't underestimate me just because I'm playing fool. I'm really expecting that type of reveal, or implication at least, just because that would be quite disappointing if there wasn't, or at least wasn't an issue that holds her from being that. Or is she really the Archon? I mean, she probably is, but it's much more like Neuvillette should be the Archon. I would understand that, but if Furina is just like how we see, and really this fool, this clown, then that's also gonna be surprising. I think. I feel.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea.
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
Codices. Okay, I have to know what those are. Codex. Oh, just codexes. I just want to know code. Okay, so English doesn't use this word the same way as we do. So I can understand, of course, what it means. It might be some old version, because nowadays it just said as codes, but codes can be different things. So whoever likes to phrase stuff in a way that it cannot be meant another ways, because a set of little codes, now that wouldn't make sense. So they use the codices to make sure that people would think of that.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke.
So
Anyway,
it is.
you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
But why is that?
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
Was it a coincidence that these two things happened at the same time? So it was just for show, and probably we're closing it to the end of the quest.
We've spent long enough playing house.
So now that would be hard to imagine that she had anything to do with. Except if Childs tampered with the container, then left for not being affected by it. Or Chad just knew about it, then left because it was dangerous. So now, and since then she reported some way to the Knave, and she expected this to happen now. Now that would be like not even 5 head, like 50 head. So it's I don't think that's the case. But Chad also has a personal matter here, and he heard the voice. Now we heard Vinier when she was calling out to Vache back in the previous one, because Vache was drinking primordial seawater. So if Child is not from Fontaine and he was drinking the primordial seawater, he might have heard his master. Then his mentor should have dissolved into the water. And also, what's the connection there with? Maybe there's no connection there with Novelette. Who that mentor is? Maybe we will find out. Maybe we will never. But it could be that the primordial water could be in connection to Child's visions, and also. The more important thing, how his vision did not work at one point.
Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontainian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are, relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable?
Okay, I'm on her side now, with this at least. In this matter, at least. So, are they going to show us that, okay, the knave is doing everything necessary, even going against the Archon 4, avoiding the prophecy, and really there's going to be nothing else, considering their nature as the harbingers.
The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you, it beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures.
Okay.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me.
Okay, so this doesn't sound... It sounds like her, but this doesn't sound like how she acts when she's like desperate to make it like she knows something when she actually doesn't. So... So the question is this just a better act because of the situation? Or this is not an act?
Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
But that's not... Who cares about your you holding your head up high? It's not, it's more like the first half that they are concerned about. Furina's not acting like her usual self. She's actually seriously refuting the knave's accusations. She means what she says. She's not putting on a front. That's what I was saying.
Then I ask you, Miss Furina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
Now here I feel, because if she just wouldn't want to tell, she wouldn't stop like to be like that unsure of it. So I think she would like to say stuff, but she can't because there are no stuff to say. So then it was an act. Also, because of that, I really think that there are these personality traits that are sometimes coming in front and back in her. What I was saying, that she's not mentally stable, let's say that. So, was that all a lie? Or can she really not tell us? She was so full of conviction and confidence just now, but now she's deflated like a pop balloon. Yeah.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Okay, they really do this. Okay, that's really that's cruel. Because they make this, they set her character up very well. So they make this that at this point we cannot decide if she's telling anything true, if she's contemplating to tell it, or what to say instead to sound like. But her questions are very direct, and because I mean the knave's questions are very direct. So because of that, she could be in a position where she just don't know how to treat that kind of accusation, and she's worried about that part. And there she is thinking, should I tell, and thinking it through in a way that is very visible to us. So, but it's set up in a way that we should think both ways about her.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal?
Confidential?
And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
Wait. Is this two things related? Because there is something about the Oratrice that they somehow know. It somehow knows stuff, and somehow it can depict the truth. Now the thing is, not just how it does, or why it does, but is it in connection with the primordial water, actually? So the primordial water thing is definitely not something that surprised Neuvillette. It probably that surprised him that it happened. So that something somehow had to leak, or because that leak is not just down there in the fortress, not just coming from the fortress, but from Vashey's lair, as we called it back then. So is the two connected to the same source? And one of them is like this great container, and the other one is like definitely the pressure did not come from there, because then there would be the disaster that way. So it is just like so small amount compared to. It's not like there's a big contained water down under the soil beneath the sea, and it just leaks out through the fortress. I don't know.
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
Okay, that bothers her even more.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, Even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium.
Contaminated? What does that mean? And also, he also heard someone there. So that's why I'm saying that, because people are who dissolved into the water, they are present somehow. Their soul is present in the water. They can call out to others. Now there is not primordial seawater, but indemnitium. So indemnitium, is that connected to the seawater?
But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Oh, she's bipolar. She's bipolar.
Of course I
Definitely.
Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone.
Now, are we going to left here and talk to her from our perspective? So we will not threaten her, but we also need some need some answers to some questions. These aren't topics I can speak about. I don't even know what Neuvillette's task was. If I had to guess, he probably went down to deal with the surging primordial sea, but can he really deal with it all by himself? And this for being truthful or not?
Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise. You too, Paimon.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer.
The knave proceeds to change the topic and brings up a number of less significant matters.
Oh, Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over tea. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on my way.
Okay, so I'm not going to talk with Foreigner here. What would it be if Paimon would just stay here with an awkward silence with Foreigner?
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined. Why are you looking at me like that? Is something the matter? If there's nothing urgent, then I shall be retiring for now.
Can I sit down? In front of her? Okay. Okay, I have to Oh, I didn't want to. I want to take the picture. Okay, this is cool. Okay. It's really so sad that they made this so that in a way that we cannot freely go, and that the character has to be somehow in the center there. I mean, not the center, but that's actually the problem. That not the center, but okay. Can I make it this? This is so I cannot make this not vertical, horizontal. This is the vertical. Right? The fuck knows. Okay, so because of that. Because there's a curvature that we're going around, so that would be very cool if I would be able to, but I just cannot make it leveled, and this is too far already. I just want to put it in the middle. Okay, now this lines up. Well, let's go with this. Maybe. Whatever. At least I got kind of a good picture here. Now, can I do anything else? She's not going to look at us. Do we have a book here that I can steal? Okay, follow the knave to the exit, but... It says higher. For some reason.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
Hey, what do you want to say?
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
There's no need. I didn't think that's what he wanted to talk about. More like the second one.
Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children.
They might be the future harbingers. Was there nothing else you wanted to say?
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
Are they?
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them, especially Linny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me.
Yep, I noticed that as well.
By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Farina?
Ooh. Oh, incompetent.
You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you!
Huh.
You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. She cannot be that incompetent. And if she plays the Joker, if she really plays this misdirection thing, then that's genius. But that's because then it has to be made for us to believe that everything she does is incompetent. But if she's not, then she's a genius. Then she is really a genius, and I don't think that Hoyoverse are going there, because I don't know. They did some really good turns of the story. Huh.
Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed.
I'm very interested in the next picture. I'm not even barely even there to. No, it's not. Okay, maybe the next one.
It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon.
Oh, this is the knave actually, just in disguise. Okay.
In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Curse! Okay, that would explain a lot. With her personality, definitely.
What are you trying to do? Please don't kill me. I'm begging you, please.
The fuck? The fuck? Okay, now that's... And the thing is that she doesn't. That she could, right there, and she doesn't. Or she really thinks that at this point it can still be that if there's the strike, then she would activate. She doesn't know what is it with her, but that the curse thing, it didn't even occur to me.
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article.
Just as I said, that she is not the true Hydro Archon. It really could be. And definitely brings me back brings back to me that sentence. Couldn't you have left me couldn't you have allowed me to live with dignity? Because I think Novelet is mocking her because she's doing a bad job. But there's no actual possibility to switch on her. But she somehow has to live for that long then. I don't know, she's Archon for more than 1,000 years, as far as I know, because Nahida is the youngest one, 500 years, and the Archon War was 1,000 years ago, I think, if I'm correct. Liu is 3,500 years old, so somewhere between the 1,000 and 3,500 has to be somewhere where she became the Archon that everyone perceives. But is that can it be that the old Archon is still present somewhere and hiding, and she just pulled this switcheroo so that someone else would be up in the front?
I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Oh, but that confuses me, because I really want to have Novelet, but I don't want to go for him, because I don't want to fuck up getting Furina. So I'm like, okay, we'll get Novelet the next time. Maybe the 4 stars will be better at that on that banner, anyways. Fuck, maybe. But even because I know that Novelet is quite a good character there.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Huh.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
Why is Riot in Wriothesley's name?
This is a good opportunity. The value of a harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you 3.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Furina and Iudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Linny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
Okay. I had to I had to depict that part like 2 times at least.
You should know the rest. Linny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
Yeah, they are still at that part. But she told us about it, everything.
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Furina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Furina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
How did you come to that conclusion?
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Iudex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon.
I mean, I don't know what he has against Neuvillette, because I think he's alright, but I think he's closer to how Child is. Child? Zhongli is depicted. Depicted? Portrayed?
Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth.
Huh. Interesting to admit that.
Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you.
The thing is that although, even though her design is different, but the way her clothing is done is okay. The texture is different, of course, and the hair is different, of course, but it barely has more detail than an NPC. She looks cool. I'm not saying that she doesn't, but compared to how much accessories and different stuff the playable characters have, she doesn't have that much, so she probably is never going to be a playable character or anything. I mean, not that I expected her to be, but and it's not like her design requires more, so it's definitely absolutely fine. I think it's very alright for portraying her the way she acts and how she is. I'm just looking at it from that point, how they manage to do character designs this way, more like just comparing to the NPCs. Sometimes, like 1 or 2 times a year, I'm really getting deeper into this question. Hers just appeared to me because these motives are very apparent and recurring everywhere here in Fontaine, in other people's clothing. So hers definitely carries the Fontaine. Even Neuvillette has a lot of it. Ours is more like this, as we can see this blooming stuff, but also mixed together with the fatui kind of things. But if another character would come with this just different color without these priest thingies around with normal clothing, not like this top over everything, because here it just the color and this side part here is what different from other characters, other NPCs, so to speak.
You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve. And as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
Oh, I'm very interested in this one, Novelet.
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Oh, wait a second. Novelet doesn't have those, but those motifs are Fontaine motifs, that definitely. But his clothing is just similar, but not so more curvy with motifs.
Neverett, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur.
He has these curved blooming motifs, more like not the same as ours. It's like an upside down version of it.
Thank you for protecting Farina.
But these pointy parts are like the mix of two. Mix of the two. Huh. It's definitely everywhere downwards, these curves that we have upwards. Maybe ask what happened down there?
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the primordial sea and reseal the sluice gate.
As for what happened on our side... Oh, you recount the happenings of the Tea Party to Nevelet.
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
Can I ask you some questions about Farina, I hope?
Permission granted.
You have enough power to force back the Primordial Sea. Does this mean you have some deeper connection with the Hydro Archon?
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though.
On our part, yeah.
You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Can it be? Can it be that Furina is just like an avatar of the Hydro Archon? So she's really like a part of it that we see, but the Hydro Archon herself may be dissolved or somehow, and she's in the water, and the core of the orifice or whatever is containing that water. Maybe even the entire primordial thing is about that water that contains the Hydro Archon. The problems may be coming from that she cannot be contained that way. Maybe the pressure her avatar gets even affects all this. I don't know. I'm just tinfoiling at this point, but I really do think that it might be that the Hydro Archon is there, and that this is the new Hydro Archon, so to speak, just because of the avatar. But still, the old one is. It might be that they don't have another Hydro Archon because the dissolving doesn't matter, doesn't count as dying. I'm not sure, but somehow I feel that would connect all this together. Maybe there's even a purpose with all this stuff to somehow bring her back. I'm really curious how that connects all together, but it does connect all together, definitely. And I definitely think that one or the other Hydro Archon is somehow inside the water and somehow making the Oratrice work.
If by the phrase "you guys" you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
Huh. What did you sense in the fortress of Merpid? Did you manage to protect those that needed to be defended? What?
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Because of Novelet. So that's part of the theory that whenever Novelet has feelings, I mean, allows himself to feel, basically he probably restrains himself all the time. And whenever he has these feelings, the rain comes up. It was very apparent when he was mourning Kalus, Navia's father, and even I think when we went to the cemetery, I think it was raining, but when we were talking about, they were talking with each other, and then by the time Novelet was talking to us, the raining has stopped. It was like sunshine, happiness, kinda. But also that rains inside, and also they thought that it's very it's more likely to rain when there's a prosecution, not prosecution, but when there's an event in the courtroom, in the opera house. So whenever there's something in the opera, Novelet is there, and maybe he hears about all these scenes and whatnot, and he gets emotional about it, and that makes it rain. So that's why people think that either, probably not Hydro Archon, but Hydro Dragon he could be. The clear sky suddenly filled with dark clouds. The rain became heavier. The light rain soon grew into downpour. And just moments before, Novelet has just mentioned his sense of grief. Thinking back to that legend and what Fremine said, it said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. Wait, Novelet, you can't be.
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking?
He's the dragon sovereign of water.
The dragon of... what?
Please do not be so surprised.
Yep, so he is the dragon. Okay.
Farina?
Novelet?
Novelet, are you listening?
They have something between them.
My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right? Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
I mean, and how? There you are, Paimon. Just say it. How? How do you think? How do you think he could do that?
Currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood.
Oh. However, just a second. So okay, back. So because definitely they are saying that dragon sovereigns, not just dragons, dragon sovereigns. Now the sovereigns are like a higher caste of the dragons. I mean the the ones who make decisions. So I interpret it the way that they are like archons between dragons, so to speak. Not really, maybe, you know. But they, yeah, kind of. Whatever.
They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
Okay. Now that there's a lot of lore, and again, I don't know everything. Definitely not everything from the lore. As far as I know, dragons were the first species before like these whatever was before that, but those were like not really species, more like whatever. We are not getting into that. The dragons were the first species, and they were like the lords of the land as well. Probably there were some other species who came up, but still the dragons were these rulers or they were the best, I guess. The first usurper arrived on Tevat. They seized part of the dragon's power, and I think these usurpers are what became those people who lived in Celestia. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities. Now, I don't know what, how much of that is in the Gnosi. Because it can be that these Archon, that they are not even the Archon powers, the vision powers, are also coming from that. That's cool, actually, to think that everybody who has visions, they are using the dragon's powers in that way. That the usurpers are using them to not really control them, but keep them in line. More like. Now that the dragons are also here and they can act, so they are basically free, and so it's very interesting in that regard, but because they are kept in line, but they are like not restrained, other than. Wait a second, what was that? Did you guys hear something? Oh, I heard a very loud buzzing. It was similar to when there's a mosquito like buzzing close to your ear, but it sounded like outside of my flat. Huh. Interesting. So, so they came, took parts of their power, so they became weak, and the usurpers became strong, and they established this power system that they have now with the Archons, and with the Archons together with the vision users, who are basically using those powers, but still somehow everybody in Celestia, they are the. So these are basically 99.9% information that I get from the game. There's that one point something that I gather from outside. Like sometimes I hear stuff like Nuvilet might be the Hydro Archon, and there you are. So it's that much that I get the lore outside from the game, and inside the game, even I should read all the books and all the weapon descriptions and artifact descriptions to get that much. Oh, and also the character stories and what they are talking, what they are saying about each other. All that is part of the lore. But here in these two sentences, there's a lot that, but it ties together like two of the things. The first usurper, I don't think that this is the first time we hear about them. The first time they are referred this way, more like it, especially in the story quest.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago.
Huh.
As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history.
Okay, so it's not like they live forever.
In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me.
Oh. Oh. But he doesn't want that. It might feel necessary, but he doesn't want that.
Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Huh.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? Paimon is a little worried.
Oh, okay, so again, we don't have the opportunity to talk to foreigner. Sure. See you later, Nuvilet.
We'll see you another time.
Hey, Dragon, let's just go to your office.
Take care.
Out of the eons. That was... So, I really like this storyline, even though at the beginning it wasn't... It was really the tedious part, you know, where you have to do the daily stuff, and it was part of the story. So I'm not saying that it was bad. It was just like meh, that, you know, like part of the story. It was dragging a little, but I don't think that it was bad. However, the way that they are dumping lore at us in this. And not just Fontaine's lore. This is like a Tewat lore altogether. But you know, we don't get that big picture that is bigger than the great picture that we have in like Caria and because we get this Archon timeline mostly. You know, and even from there it usually like the last 500, last 1,000 years or something. But there's much more before that, and rarely do we get this much insight of what was before. But now they are dropping at us a lot. Okay. 820? Did I see it right? 820. I think at my 100th my episode 100 I had 400 achievements done. Huh. Okay. Whoa, there are quite a few people. Huh? Why? Oh, we got that. Whatever. That's for the Harbingers, a girl in the water, Turin light show, aesthetic critic, principles of aesthetic. Okay. That one. I'm curious about that one, if it's what I think it is. If not, then we will just click through.
The sunlight feels really cozy. Napping in a tree would be nice.
Nah, that's not it.
Just the thought of it is making me sleepy.
That's not it. Okay. Then I will not do it. Because why would I waste my time? There. Yep, okay, so that's a lot. That's Risley. That's not the first where we are going to go. That's Siegwin. That's Bran. Greetings. I'd like a buffer meat, understood. Enjoy your meal. And so... let's get a fortune slip. Uh-huh. Troutamandi. The secret to staying healthy, don't get sick. Okay, that's a cool one.
Seedwing! Traveler, Paimon, you're back! Are you still doing alright? Did either of you get hurt?
Don't worry, we're both doing great.
We're fine, but what about you guys? It was such a huge mess. How bad was it? A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervulette paid us a visit. It was all thanks to him that we managed to suppress the crisis for the time being. Of course, we must also thank you for the help you provided. How did Nervulette know that he was needed here? Well, Monsieur Nervulette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the waves produced. I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran down without a word. I'm so relieved to see that you're both alright. If you're not too pressed for time, please stay with us a few more days. Just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Walsey get your meals prepared. Oh, and please feel free to visit the infirmary for a break at any time.
Okay.
I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know. They're so memorable, and I've missed them immensely while you were gone.
Interesting. I'm just thinking if people are complimenting each. Complimenting each other that way. In which level is that? Oh, the trio will be there probably. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's on another level.
Surprise!
Yep, the trio.
guess. What suit will this next card be?
A bare-teeth cat?
Well, well, look who it is.
Traveler, Paimon.
Hello, everyone.
Looks like you're recovering nicely from an eh?
Are we going to tell them about the knave that we just met her?
Mm-hmm. Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorant in person.
Whoa, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all. She also told me not to worry about it.
Maybe you shouldn't.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met the knave.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
Quite a lot.
A few things that were, a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
It was a little surprising.
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That's fantastic. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
But that's not really what is showing to us.
Father is very capable and also trustworthy.
I just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Got it.
That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
A tea party.
Who wants another serving of cake?
Everybody does this tea thing.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. How lovely. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
Interesting dynamics here. Interesting dynamics. Because that makes us easy that makes us. I'm trying to translate it in myself. Probably will not succeed with it. When it comes to have the decision when the harbingers and this whole Fatui thing will become more grey as it is now, then it will result in us having a much harder time to decide against them. You know, because now everybody just hates the Fatui, and they have quite troublesome stuff, but if the main goal is for everyone's benefit, and if they go against Celestia, then it very well could be at the end. Don't know. I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
You guys are back?
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
Huh? No, not at all.
And here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jailbreakers, but now you're telling me you just never left?
Oh, we did leave. Just we came back.
We're sorry, but we just had some business to take care of.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see you. He was super worried about you, you know.
It wasn't just me. Weren't you super worried as well?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Are those two all right? Do you think they made it out alive? Whenever he'd say that, I tell them I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand, enjoying the lovely scenery.
I like these too. They're fun.
There's nothing wrong with worrying about your prison pals, is there? I mean, considering how they always love listening to all my gossip.
Yeah?
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
I'm sure the welfare meals must have just skyrocketed in quality recently. Your meals will bring all the prisoners to the cafeteria.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last bite.
He's a good lad. Good lad. Okay, let's go to Risley. And Chlorine will be here too. Right? Right? Oh, we're going down. We're going down? Oh. Wait. Oh, so that's where the container is and this is where... Ah, I get it. Huh? I wanna make a picture here. Oh, that's cool. What would Yelan do here? But actually, who else? I mean, let's see who else. Nope, 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 nope. I mean, let's just see the clothing here. This is a bit closer to the Fontaine clothing. Okay, so no. Yep, these type of curves are, and these leaf-like stuff. Those are Sumeru. Yeah, these knobs and like the plating is Inazuma stuff. I think we find that plate knobs. I mean, somewhere there has to be a knob as well. There you are. Well, but there, different types, but there they are here as well, and also the biggest one of all of them. There you are. Even her. The plating, the knob. Alright, I think Yelan is alright there. Oh no. This is the moment of Fremine. How would I stand here? Maybe like this. Can we? Or maybe this from the other end. I want to have his eyes a little bit. There, okay. Okay, step closer. Oh, that's the thing. He puts it on and he just stays like that. So I really do need to do this quickly. But if not, let's do at least one this way. Oh! Okay, he doesn't leave it on the whole time. Okay, but for this, I will make a picture like that as well. I think it's really like.
It's easy to fix a machine when you know how it's built and how it works. But people, they're much more difficult.
So it's a bit Lovecraftian. Okay, let's do this as well. Put on the helmet. Put on the helmet, man. Come on, helmet man. I know first you're gonna say something and then...
Wherever the tide takes me, so long as the light of the hearth still shines, I'll always have a home to return to.
Yeah, hopefully. Come on. There you are. First of all. Then this. And we're gone. Yo.
Courier, Miss Seishween told me you still haven't eaten.
You haven't eaten?
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh? It's you two.
Courier, Lurvine, we're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
We're fine, thanks.
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though. So don't say a word to anyone.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Hehe.
Oh yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
Okay. So now we're going to talk to Risley. Yo, man.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere.
Hehe, I don't think that's going to work.
He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Seishween's gift with him, though.
Which was?
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Cloran has left as well.
Oh.
She also took her gift from Miss Seishween.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Cloran received lipstick instead.
Lipstick?
Those aren't even remotely alike.
But, well, Neuvillette shouldn't get the lipstick, so, yeah.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Seishween worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these from Seishween too?
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
Is food still covered?
You may access the cafeteria for free. Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
Return to the dormitories to rest. Really, that was... Okay. Okay, so... Maybe now we're going to have a picture like this. Now if I would have Nouvellets, this picture would be much cooler. Oh, I just realized that there's a... Okay. Oh, how cool is that? Ah. Okay, we're gonna do another one.
Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
Maybe... Okay, maybe it doesn't matter that the legs are out. But I want a chair in the middle, okay. Yeah, because then that's... Whatever. Oh! Okay, I saved it. Oh, this is cool because this is like, maybe I could phrase it better, but because of the clipping through the chair, it's so funny. Okay, just a simple one. I don't even remember. Maybe she was doing something with when the first one
Navigating
happened.
the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you?
Nope, okay. Okay, I just checked it. So what does she do anything else? Oh, it's similar. Okay. Then the question is that can we... We're too close now, right? Probably. That's too much, that's too little.
Good roll.
It's...
All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
Still not in the middle. But if I do this, then it's too much on the side. And even if I, okay, that's in the middle. Okay, let's wait for something. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe. I'm making too many of these because I don't know what she's doing. Definitely haven't checked out their idle animations. Whatevs. We got what we wanted. It would be cool if they would be at their places every time when they are not somewhere else, so... Wait, aren't we going to the cafeteria? Huh? Interesting how it changes between lanes.
Take it easy.
Okay, let's use the elevator then.
Take it easy.
Who's Dan? Shirley, you know. Who's Shirley? Yup. Is still required to end it?
Again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really doesn't feel the same.
Okay, it feels like a huge weight that is off our shoulders. It feels like we've regained our freedom.
Sure feels that way. But the truth is, we never did anything bad to begin with, so I'm not sure why we put so much pressure on ourselves.
Paimon, is there something you'd like to say?
Huh? How did you know?
Because you usually just immediately fell asleep.
Hey, that's not true! Alright. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after all.
Huh?
We've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. We've never stopped traveling or stopped meeting new friends. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. Isn't that pretty cool?
You're the best adventurers ever.
You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here?
Being a guide counts too.
Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will also be an adventurer from today forward. Just the thoughts making Paimon giddy. Paimon's gonna crash, so you sleep soon too. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. The primordial seawater nearly rose up. That was so scary. We should be safe now, right?
We'll be fine, so don't worry, Paimon.
Alright then. Good night to you, traveler.
Okay, but where's Child? We don't know that still. Good night to you, Paimon. So, Child disappearance is still something that's happening. There you go. Wait. What? Okay. First, he met the mentor. That's not the Dementor, the mentor. That's one thing, but he was in a water that really seemed like the primordial seawater. Okay. I don't know what to take out of that. I don't know, but we finished this. We finished this cataclysm quickening, I think is okay. Here, nothing else, okay. 821. That's a lot.
I wonder what's inside this package. No.
No. So we got Constellation, which is when using Aquacrest Saber and Aquacrest Aegis that can absorb 10% of the Traveler's max HP in damage. Okay, so this protection will be created and will absorb hydro damage with 250% effectiveness. It will persist until the traveler finishes using the skill. Okay, so that's probably our elemental skill because of the skill. So 250% effectiveness. So that means like not the 10% of our max HP, but basically 25% of our max HP. I don't know why they are making it so convoluted, because that's like 25% of our max HP. But that's definitely not a lot. We'll absorb hydro damage but just hydro damage. Once every 2 seconds after Dewdrop hits an opponent, if the Traveler is being protected by Aquacrest Aegis, the damage absorption of the Aegis will be restored to 10% of the Traveler's max HP. If the Traveler is not presently being protected by an Aegis, one will be redeployed. Oh, because 10% with any kind of damage and 250% effectiveness with hydro damage. But other than that, it's just 10%. I get it, but still it could be 10% normal damage and additional 15% hydro damage. So it's really convoluted still. Yeah, that's the skill there. Alright.
No peeking at my customer's stuff.
Alright. Now, also, these things that I'm interested in a little bit. Worship. We have 25, so I need 5. And I will get a Fontaine Shrine of Depths key, another constellation here. What are these? Whatever. I think... Yo. Haven't? Maybe I just ran here and didn't really do anything. Okay. Now here 5. So it's 30 at 480. 4,800. 4,800. Ow. So I have 44, close to 50 that I have now. Now Novelet is up for 13 days at this point. Maybe I'm gonna miss out, but he's gonna be up. Not too much after that. But Also, I think story is done, and I'm gonna finish it here. I don't know what else other than exploration is what's still there. I did this part last time. I mean, between the this and the last stream, I still did not do these cubes. I just went up there to get the waypoint. Whatever. I guess that's it for now. Yeah. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.